Hello friends, it's Danielle here. I'm here today, would you believe it, to show you these back to school journals that I have finally finished. I'm not gonna lie, these are the unembellished ones. In another video, I think I'm gonna break it up into two just for time's sake. I'll show you the embellished journals, and for some reason, I just really struggled with productivity on this round of journals. So it has definitely taken me much longer than I ever anticipated. I know a few of them have been reserved, but I also know that this is way later than I anticipated them being completed. So if you I will message you if you're seeing the video. These are available in my Etsy shop. Whenever the video is loaded, there you can go to the link below and go to my Etsy shop to see them. And if you did reserve one, you will get a message from me saying that it's available, and also a message, I will put this in the message, but I'll also tell you here, please by no means feel bad if you're like, I've moved way beyond back to school. No, thank you. I'll pass, because I totally understand. I've been seeing creators doing Halloween and fall, and here I am showing you guys a bunch of school journals. So no hard feelings, just let me know so I can take the reserved posting off the listing. So there are 3 unembellished journals. I believe this is the only one that is spoken for that's been reserved if she chooses to go ahead. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip through this one first really quick, and then I'll do the other 2 so she doesn't have to watch the whole video if she doesn't want to. And I've done a few videos, I think, on these, so maybe not the unembellished ones, but you guys have seen a glimpse at the tassels. So this is Happily Bumpily Noisy, and this is about 6 by 6 by 8, and I believe they all have like around a 2-inch spine, somewhere around there. And then they've got these really chunky extra tassels, so I did not hold back. These are very full, chunky, eclectic for me. They've got beads and charms and bottle caps, vintage bottle caps. There's a little owl, different variety of beads, glass beads, plastic beads, wood beads. There's a vintage domino that I poked a hole in and tied through. There's a school bus charm on this one. There's a little colored pencil charm. So just lots of different fun stuff. Some game pieces. This is a Scrabble, I think part of a Scrabble game. Another owl. These are little apple charms, and then these are really fun. I shared that I got these from an antique store on our vacation. They came in a little mason jar. I'm not sure what game they went to, but they're really fun. All right, and so I did decide to do all the closures for this round with a different type, just for something fun. This is an elastic closure with a button. So it's really simple. You can just take it off. You can use it or not use it, whatever you'd like. For this first one, I'll go ahead and show you how I put it back on. So I just have it tied like this, and then hold it here, wrap it once. This one I wrapped twice because it's not super thick elastic, so I figured 2 times would be better. And then you just go right over the button and it folds like that. So pretty self-explanatory, but just wanted to show you guys how that was. I was originally going to do the same fabric on the spine. I was going to do a tie, and I started making them, and honestly, I didn't like the tie on any of them. I was in a mood for all of these journals. So this is something that I decided to try because it didn't cover as much of the cover, but it also is removable. So anyhow, the corners on this one do have some wear. I want to mention, if I can find them, these are the corners that I have. I'm happy to add them for you if you don't like the worn corner look. but these are the only ones that I have, so like the only style. So this is what they would look like after I glued them and pinched them down. So you just have to send me a message if you want those, otherwise I'm not going to put them on. Like I said, these are unembellished. I did make each of the unembellished journals a library card pocket, just for fun, just for something handmade from me to you. I felt really terrible that these have taken me so long to make, but it's not glued in anywhere, so you can stick it anywhere you'd like. Like this one, if it were my journal, I would probably stick it on the front cover, but you can stick it here in the back, not at all, whatever you want. And then this is a cut apart, and this is just a blank library card, so you kind of get the choice what you want to stick in there. So I'm just going to paper clip this in here so that I don't forget to include it. The full story is not in the book, but I did use this cover page that has the copyright of 1967. I backed some tea stained paper onto it, and then we've got some grid paper, red paper, workbook pages. This is from a teacher's planner, some dot matrix printer paper, craft paper, ledger paper. This is from a vintage dictionary. Try to zoom in a little bit more. And then I think this was from file folders that were blue. Some more ledger. This is some wrapping paper. I did put some tea stained paper on the back of this one. I left the center signature strings really, really long and tied them in a bow in case you want to add buttons or beads or whatnot. And then these are just the second half. The ledger and the workbook. And the book page. This book page image I did leave because I obviously liked the bus. And then, because I had my elastic out for the closures, I went ahead and did this. This is just something, you guys don't even have to leave this in here, obviously. But I just tied this elastic around the spine here. I'll show you, it can come all the way off. For the other ones, I won't go through all of this, but now let's just untie it. Make it faster. But it can completely come off. So these are 2 signature. They're very squashed down, tons of space, because I made them with the anticipation that you would stuff them up like I've done the embellished journals. And I did put the rest of the book pages in here. And then I made these little folders just for you to have a head start. I don't do this always for my unembellished journals because it does add cost. I did not add the cost of these materials to these journals in particular, because like I said, it took me so long, and I had a lot of stuff. I'm not sure if I'll continue to do back to school journals. I don't know. So I did share quite a bit of things, and I'm not going to go through all of everything that's in here. There's like flashcards, one of these number cards that you would use your finger to trace the numbers to learn them. Each one has a little bit different. There's game pieces, flashcards, one of these welcome to my class postcards, workbook pages, scraps of the scrapbooking paper. There's lots of different stuff here. And then I will also include a small piece of the fabric and the one other fabric that I used in this year's collection. I really only used 2 fabrics. And then we've got the second signature with similar pages. This is some heavyweight construction paper, another teacher planner paper, more ledger, workbook pages, some handwriting paper. This is like certificate paper. So really blank slate for you to do whatever you'd like. Fill it up. There's plenty of room. And so that is the first unembellished one, and I'll go through the other 2 fairly quickly. So we have, oh, before I forget, I'm also going to make sure I include both one of these book plates because I need to make sure all of them have one. And then also I have this piece of ephemera, and I think this might have come in a Happy Mail. If it came from you, leave me a comment below, because I can't remember where I got this from, but it's this perfect attendance certificate from 1907. And I did scan it. Unfortunately, this is the best I could do with the color, because I am not that savvy. It started, the first rendition came out this color, and then I tried to make it vintage and it got like a little less pink. But anyhow, you probably wouldn't notice if I didn't show you the original, but you'll also get one of these to play with. So moving on now, the next one is Giraffe Went to School, and we've got the same thing, beads. There's a little crayon charm here that I took from a necklace a long time ago. I think a teacher had it. Another one of those game cubes, beads, wood beads, plastic beads, glass beads. This has an orange soda cap. It also has the domino, another crayon. Just fun things. Another one of those owls. There's a chalkboard charm here. So really fun, clinky little guys. And then the same thing with the closure. Just kind of slide this off to make it faster. And this is a vintage button. Again, if you don't want to use that type of closure, you could always just cut the elastic off and use the button for something. This is the library card pocket that I used for this book. This book, excuse me, I recovered. With the Wonder books, you usually get the end pages are the same as the book, the pages that are attached to the front and back cover. And this one was really in bad shape, so I used the end page and covered it up so that it was nice and, you know, good shape. So I'm going to clip this here. You can do what you'd like with it. And then while I'm thinking about it, I'm just going to clip this in here on this side, and maybe this too, because I want to make sure that I don't forget to put them in there. Again, just completely blank slates, some handwriting paper. The number of pages and the exact dimensions will be in the Etsy description. This is some tea stained dot paper. Again, I left the center signature ties super long. Just kind of go quick, quick, quick. And then this is and the second half of the copyright page, which is 1951 for that book. Here's the folder. Again, lots of extras to play with, just attached with an elastic. This is the remainder of the book pages. And then the second signature. Just quickly go through here. Here's the paper bag. This side of the paper bag I didn't open, but you can either open the side or the top or just leave it closed if you want to make it into more pockets. Some craft paper. Some more of that dot. You probably can't tell, but it's got little dot grid and it's tea stained. And that's the back. Wonder books are about 6 by 8. Okay, so the final one is my little golden dictionary. This is the library card pocket that I made with just some of the scraps from the spine fabric, which was from an old quilt backing. And again, the library card or the cut apart. So the golden books are 6 by 8. This is the little button and elastic for this one. The spine, the dangle with the crayon, the wood beads, the little game piece, an owl, a domino, buttons, all the fun things. A Welch's soda, grape soda cap. Here's the inside. Oh, this one, I love, this is an old edition. So this one was 1949 copyright. And I left the inside because it's so nostalgic. I love the little figures and it just goes really well. But the back was in awful shape. It was like partially torn off. It had writing on it. So I did cover the back, but the insides are authentic, the original. So let's go ahead and clip this in here. And this, actually, let's clip it on this side. And put this on this side. And one of these. And I'm being crazy sporadic, but I also have a puzzle piece to send with each of the journals. I didn't put them in. Usually I use them as tabs on the side of a page, and then it can also be a tuck spot. But they are kind of thick. They're probably 1 millimeter thick. So I just leave it optional. Well, these are not embellished anyway, but, and then my mother-in-law found these, and I'm going to send one booklet with each journal to share because I still have like half of this set. But it's just these really old workbooks. I think the copyright was 1934. So you can do it with them what you'd like. In this project, another project, you just randomly get one of these. I'm just gonna, like I said, give one to each person. Okay, I think that's all I have to add to tell you. So we'll just flip through. This little school bus and the worksheet page. I love how they look together. Dot matrix, paper, dictionary page, teacher planner, some wrapping paper. This is lots of fun things. I don't have all of the pages. This is one of the pages from the book. I think I have maybe 1 or 2 left. I did use some of the pages from this book, so any that I have left I can send along. This is the folder that's just attached with elastic with some goodies in it. Oh, another thing that is in each of these is a piece of that wallpaper border, so that's fun. And I tried to put some reader images, you know, just fun stuff that you might not have. It might make it a little extra special to work in. I love this paper with the apples. Another one of the book pages. Some of that certificate paper. More teacher lesson planning. Some more heavyweight construction paper. Writing paper, paper sack. And then we've just got the other halves of the pages. Okay, so if you're interested in any of these, you can head over to my shop. I appreciate everybody's patience, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see the fully embellished journals, then stick around for the next video. They will be lots of fun, and maybe you can get some inspiration, or maybe you're interested in purchasing one. So I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.